how to utilize LinkedIn Sales Navigator to generate leads, not just a list of prospects. Now, a lot of videos that you will watch on this topic show you a tutorial of how to utilize LinkedIn Sales Navigator. A lot of them miss a critical part, which is how do I then generate leads from this list of prospects? A prospect is not a lead. A lead is a person who has shown interest in your product or service. So in this video, I'm going to show you the exact process that's allowed us to utilize LinkedIn Sales Navigator to generate leads and meetings with hard-to-reach decision makers and not just a list of prospects. If you're ready, click that subscribe button and let's get straight to it. Okay, so here is the entire process of how we are going to utilize Sales Navigator as a tool in our outreach process with the ultimate goal of getting leads and booked appointments. So this visual is something that I created to help you just visualize how we're utilizing Sales Navigator in the entire process. So we first start off with your ICP. This is simply your ideal client avatar, i.e. your dream clients. That's always helpful if you know outside of LinkedIn just who your ideal clients are. What industries are they in? Do you know their company sizes? Just the overall makeup of what your perfect clients are. Once you know that information, you can then create what we call a target list. This target list is also known as your prospects. So these prospects are going to be the people we are looking to target through Sales Navigator. And you can see here we have an arrow pointing to Sales Navigator because this is essentially the tool we are going to use to create that target list of prospects. So Sales Navigator is simply the tool to create that target list. We know who our ideal clients are. We create that target list using Sales Navigator. And it's so important here to understand that the target list or your prospects are simply that. They are prospects. They have not become a lead just yet. But let's walk through the process of how this target list or these prospects turn into leads. So we have that list that we've created utilizing Sales Navigator. We're then going to send them an outbound message and follow-up messages, okay? These outbound messages can be sent through things like LinkedIn, right? You have LinkedIn Sales Navigator, you can send them a message through LinkedIn, through email. There's great tools out there that once you connect with somebody, you can grab their email address, direct messages on other platforms, or cold calling, okay? So these are the tools that we're going to use to convert those prospects or our target list into leads. So lead is an interested prospect. Only once they've received our message, they've showed interest, they've said yes to a call, do they then become a booked call on our calendar. So this is what the entire process looks like from top to bottom. Your ICP then becomes your target list of prospects that you will create utilizing Sales Navigator. You are then going to reach out to that target list utilizing your outbound message and follow-up messages. The people that show interest from that entire list then become a lead or an interested prospect. And once you get them scheduled on your calendar, they become a booked call. And that is the full process of how we actually utilize Sales Navigator in the process of targeting to convert those prospects into interested leads. As I mentioned, a lot of the videos that you'll see out there will show you a Sales Navigator tutorial. I'm going to give you a little bit of that, but I really wanted to show you exactly how we're utilizing Sales Navigator in that entire outbound marketing process. Now that we know how LinkedIn Sales Navigator fits into the entire process, let's go into more details on LinkedIn Sales Navigator itself. Specifically, what LinkedIn Sales Navigator is not and what it is not good for. LinkedIn Sales Navigator is not an automation tool. It is a navigator tool. This means it allows you to tap into the over 1 billion users on LinkedIn to target them by industry, job title, job function, company headcount. It's a very effective tool to create specific target lists based on your ideal customer avatar. It is not good as a CRM tool, and I don't recommend utilizing it for that. For direct outreach specifically, which is how you are going to get leads, it is not good for saving or even tracking companies. More on that later. Here is what LinkedIn Sales Navigator is great for and how your team can utilize it in your prospecting efforts. It is great at creating large lists of highly targeted prospects. Whether I'm filtering by industry, company headcount, or specific job titles I want to go after, LinkedIn Sales Navigator gives me those capabilities and allows me to extract the most important information so I can utilize it in my prospecting efforts. Number 2, it is great at finding active versus inactive targets. One feature I love about LinkedIn Sales Navigator is it allows you to target people that are active on LinkedIn. If somebody is active on the platform, it means that when I send them a connection request or a message, they are more likely to respond to me because they regularly engage on the platform, versus a profile that sits there and does nothing. Targeting active audiences on LinkedIn is a huge bonus, and it will multiply your team's prospecting efforts on the platform. LinkedIn Sales Navigator is great for combining with other tools and automations to facilitate our outreach. Remember, in the flow chart that I showed you, to take somebody from being a prospect into an interested prospect or a lead, you have to go through a series of steps, which includes sending them an outbound message to garner their interest and get them to take that next step with you. Connecting to tools that allow you to do outreach in bulk will allow you to facilitate that connection, send those outbound messages, and follow up with prospects until they become interested leads. If your team has the time and the bandwidth, you can do it manually as well. Now, quite honestly, our team doesn't utilize every single feature in Sales Navigator, and quite frankly, you don't need to either. Let's walk through the most important sections that you need to be aware of when creating your prospect list on LinkedIn Sales Navigator. These are really the only sections that you will need. I'm going to show you the most important sections inside of Sales Navigator that our team utilizes when creating the target prospect list. So we're going to go into lead filters inside of our Sales Navigator, and these are the sections that we like to utilize the most. First, it's the current job title. This is the exact title of the people that I want to reach out to. We can do things like founder, CEO, owner. Seniority level is very important, especially when looking at decision-making powers. You can have a look at what seniority level are we looking to go after. Seniority level is best utilized when you potentially don't have the exact job title that you want. Of course, if I'm looking at founder, CEO, that's owner, partner, CXO level. But if I potentially have a keyword that I want to go after, say the keyword is operations, I can put in the seniority level so that I'm targeting the right level of a person that has operations in their title. So maybe I say director, VP, and CXO level. That's going to pull in director of operations, vice president of operations, and chief operating officers as well. Years in current company and years in current position are also helpful tools because they will tell you how long has a person been in their position or even in the company, and that's also very helpful information to know. Geography, of course, where are your ideal clients located? Industry is a big one. Industries really help you narrow in on your ideal clients. So filter in, filter out, have a look at the industries that you most want to go after. This is a great way to kind of filter and have a look at the people that you want to target in your ideal client avatar. A lot of these we don't look at the bottom. Another thing I want to bring your attention to, which is one of our favorites, is looking at how active this audience is on LinkedIn. If you can target active audiences, which we mentioned, you are going to have a higher chance of the person accepting your connection request and responding. So you can toggle this posted on LinkedIn on, because that is going to give you the people that are most active on the platform. That is gold. Another thing we like to look at is the company headcount. That tells us how many employees an organization has. Especially as we do B2B marketing, we like to filter by company sizes and headcounts. So this is one that our team looks at quite a bit. You can play around depending on how large or how small the companies are that you want to go after. Those are the most important sections that we look at inside of LinkedIn Sales Navigator. Now that we know how to create our target prospect list, remember that next step is to craft outbound messaging, as that will turn those prospects who are very cold into interested leads and potential buyers. Simply put, that outbound message is the bridge between your prospect and getting their interest in your service. An effective outbound message speaks to a challenge that your prospect is facing and positions your service as the solution to that challenge, with a very clear call to action to get on a call with your team to take the next steps and to learn more. Here are a few key tips to keep in mind as it relates to your outbound message and the follow-up messages. I recommend first connecting with the person. So you have your target list, you've identified maybe 10 or 20,000 people you want to reach out to. Connect with them first. And a pro tip here is to not pitch anything in that connection message. Your first goal is to simply get them to accept your connection request before taking the next step. Once your prospect accepts your connection request, then go in with your pitch message. You may be thinking, Cindy, where do I even start in crafting an effective outbound message? Trust me, most messages out there are really bad and ineffective, which is why people fail with outbound marketing. I want you to watch this video next, where I walk you through some of my favorite outbound messaging frameworks that you can utilize in your outbound messaging. So you've sent them that outbound message and potentially they respond or they don't. You have to make sure that you are following up with your prospects. Always remember, the money is in the follow-up. Somebody might receive your initial message and maybe they're busy or they forget. Follow-up keeps you top of mind for your prospects. So part of converting a prospect into a lead is both the outbound message and your follow-up cadence. So don't be afraid to do 3 to 4 light touch bases in the process to make sure that your prospect converts into an interested lead. And that is how you utilize LinkedIn Sales Navigator to generate not just a list of prospects, but actual leads that are interested in your service. If you found this video useful and you want to learn more about our exact process that has worked with over 1,000 companies in getting them on calls with interested leads that want to learn more about their service, I want you to download my free Outbound Sales Playbook. In that playbook, I lay out over 30 pages of content and the exact strategy that we utilize at my company Pima to scale B2B leads and sales appointments. Click the link in the comments below this video. If you liked this video and you found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It helps so much. Make sure that you are subscribed to my channel for more videos like these. We talk all things LinkedIn, marketing, business, and career success. My name is Cindy Dodd, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.